Do you smell something cooking? Because it's time for another tasty dish of video game goodness on GGSP. I'm Rad.
I'm Jem.
And I'm Will, and yes, today on the show, we are serving up a piping hot review of the totally weird Cooking Simulator.
Plus, I head out to enjoy the buzz of Australia's very first Go Gamer Fest.
Also some gaming news and heaps more. You know, Rad, I do smell something, but it's more like burning.
Cheese toasty, anyone? It's a brand new recipe.
Hello, and welcome to Good Game Source Point, our brand new cooking show about food.
Yes, because if there's one thing we like almost as much as gaming, it's food. But unfortunately, Brad and I have put all our skill points into gaming, so we don't actually have any left to put into cooking, so we don't actually know how to cook.
Not to worry, Will. I've devised a way that we can use our gaming skills for cooking. It's called Cooking Simulator.
Well, how will that help? I just told them we can't cook.
Yeah, but it's a game, so you use gaming skills. It's a 2-for-1, sort of. It's not real, but neither is this. Let's get cooking!
Cooking Simulator is the fastest way to get yourself into a professional-grade kitchen, making dishes worthy of any celebrity chef. In career mode, you'll be learning increasingly complex recipes and aiming to serve perfection in order to gain fame and build a successful restaurant.
Not only does it look real, but like other simulation sensations, Cooking Simulator uses realistic physics to make every simple task just that little bit spicier.
Ooh, spicy! Cutting things into even portions is tricky when it keeps bouncing away from you. And flipping food in a pan is elevated from being achievable to being an absolute living nightmare, no matter how careful you are. Luckily, as you level up, you can get perks that make things easier, including my personal favorite, the ability to pick hot things up with just your bare hands.
Well, no, you can't do that in real life. But not every problem can be perked away, and there's some things you'll just have to suffer through. The physics shenanigans means that food is constantly sent flying around the kitchen, despite your best efforts to run a tight operation. I hope you like picking food up off the ground, because you'll be spending a lot of time picking food up off the ground.
Oh, I don't like it at all. What are we going to do with all this food now? We can't serve it.
Serve it! While customers notice if you cook food in the same pan, they don't seem to notice when you give them food from the literal floor. Well, there's just no accounting for taste.
I'll say. Even when you seemingly follow the recipe to a T, customers will still find something wrong with it. This inconsistent scoring makes it hard to know which mistakes are fine to make and which will throw your restaurant into disrepute.
This is but one of the ways that the gameplay feels like but a thin layer over what is essentially meant to be a chaos machine. The gameplay is a mere garnish on the main meal of physics-based silliness. Delicious! Delicious!
Cooking Simulator unleashes its full force of culinary chaos in sandbox mode. Here you'll have access to all recipes, ingredients, and utensils you desire to do with what you will. The world is your oyster.
Or your cheese toasty. You can choose recipes to practice and perfect, but unfortunately you can't make anyone eat your random, disgusting creations.
Serve it!
Yeah.
Do they give me ratings on the food that I serve?
If a dish falls in the woods and there's no one there to taste it, does it even have any flavor?
I love a bit of sandbox destruction, but the explosions were not impressive enough to make up for how pointless the sandbox experience felt.
Smoothie?
Career mode wasn't rewarding enough to keep me invested, and inconsistencies in how accurate you need to be really threw me. I'm giving Cooking Simulator 2 out of 5 rubber chicken chefs.
Oh! Well, Will, I found it tedious and stressful at the same time. It can be a bit of fun to have everything go wrong, but the gaming encourages success too much for you to fully embrace the mess. Plus, I did find a couple of bugs, like a broken tutorial, and that just won't pass health inspection. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 rubber chicken chefs. Dinner?
Good spawning, Australia! It's time for the scoop with me, Darren! And please welcome my guest, Will.
Always a pleasure, Darren.
Now, before we get stuck into the gaming news for this week, it's time for Darren's Challenge! What is the name of the red ninja in the Lego Ninjago movie video game?
Ah, yes, the Ninja of Fire.
Answer at the end of the scoop. Now to round up some gaming news. First up, the cover stars of FIFA 20 have been revealed. The cover of the Standard Edition will be graced by Eden Hazard from Real Madrid CF, while the Champions Edition will feature Liverpool's Virgil van Dijk, launching Thunderbird 2, and Zinedine Zidane will front the Ultimate Edition. Maybe next year will be the year I get to be a cover bot.
But don't you need to be a professional player to be on the cover of a FIFA game, Darren?
A minor detail, Will. Moving on, did you hear another orange animal is returning to the kart racing race? That's right, Garfield Kart Furious Racing is coming to PC and console in November. It's said to be a sequel to Garfield Kart from a few years ago.
Wow, 2019 sure is the year for kart races.
Affirmative. Oh, what's that, Boatmeal? Oh, I agree with my whole hard drive. If a cat like Garfield can have a kart racer, surely a good boy like Boatmeal should have one as well.
Well, I'd play it.
Moving on, and the latest update and DLC for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has arrived. In addition to DLC for a new fighter, Dragon Quest's hero, the 4.0 update introduces changes to the final Smash meter, a very easy difficulty for the game's adventure mode, an online tourney mode, new stage builder features, and more.
I hear some of the playable fighters will be getting adjustments to their moves too, Darren.
Oh, affirmative. Oh, and there's one last quick piece of gaming news for today. Monument Valley 3 is now in development. I wonder what the third installment will have in store.
Oh, I can't wait. They're such charming mobile puzzlers, those Monument Valley games. The first one was actually made by Aussie dev Ken Wong.
It was. And now for the extra scoop. What do you have for us, Will?
Oh, well, Darren, let's take a look at the first level of Super Mario Bros. Recreated using the Unreal Engine. Developer Sean Noonan translated the famous platformer into first-person style, arming the player, who we assume is still Mario, with a very appropriate plunger gun.
Oh, level 1-1 has never looked so immersive. Now, before we go, it's time for the answer to Darren's challenge! The red ninja's name in the Lego Ninjago movie game is Kai.
That Kai is my kind of guy.
Oh, and that's all the time we have to scoop this week. Until next week, good night, Australia. Oh, Boatmeal Kart Racer. I can see it now. Boatmeal's Buggy Blitz.
Yeah, or Boatmeal Kart Deluxe.
One of my favorite things about esports is how it's all about community, sharing a common passion. But even though a lot of girls love esports, we don't see that many playing professionally. Girl Gamer Festival wants to help change that. After similar events in Portugal and Macau, this is the first time the festival has been held in Australia. So tell us about Girl Gamer.
Girl Gamer is an esports festival in Sydney, and we're celebrating women in esports and gaming.
What are you hoping to see here today?
Our team really want to see a safe space for women and a platform built for women and exposure for women in esports.
We know a lot of girls play games, but why do you think there aren't many women in the esports industry, especially in player roles?
I think there's a bit of history to it. I also think there's a bit of pattern, just how communities are shaped, and also the Australian sporting landscape. The history of sport is we've seen a lot of male players throughout the years, and it's only recently, say the last decade, where we see pro AFL females, pro female soccer players. So there is a pattern in sport, and that pattern is actually transferred into gaming. It's important to create the infrastructure spotlight and the opportunity so other women and females can actually see that there's people out there doing it.
One of the tournaments running today is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We caught up with some of the players between rounds.
I've been active in the gaming and Twitch community for the past year and a half, so I really just wanted to meet people in the same kind of community that live in my area, so I thought this would be a good opportunity.
Is this your first time competing?
Yeah. I just did some Super Smash Bros. And stuff, yeah.
And would you do it again, you think?
Yeah, I would, yeah. It was fun.
How do you find a female-focused esports competition is different to other esports competitions you might have been to before?
It's very community-based, so it's very good to see a whole community come together. Everyone's really supportive. Everybody wants to see everyone succeed.
What advice would you have to other young people who maybe want to get involved in esports?
Just do it. It's pretty fun, actually. It's a good experience. You can meet other people that are cooperating in this sport, and it's pretty fun. Yeah.
Have people been friendly so far?
Yeah, they have been. Yeah, even though I'm not that good, they're just very friendly and teaching me how to do stuff. So yeah, it's nice.
Why do you think a female-focused esports event like this is important?
I think it's important for people like me who are just kind of new and shy to the community, where there's not a lot of girls playing, but we still want to play and compete, and it's kind of provides a more comfortable environment for us to get into the scene.
Why is community important in esports?
So community is really important because essentially it's like strength in numbers, right? So when we see communities come out like today, we see hundreds of people coming and supporting their friends, sometimes family members, some people from interstate, and people come here and they're meeting other people as well. They're making new friends. We love also seeing the guys coming in and encouraging. So we've got dads in the crowd, we've got brothers in the crowd, we've got a lot of male community esports players here supporting fellow teammates, and that's what this is all about.
Of course, esports competitions aren't just for the players. Cosplay and spectating are a big part of the fun. What brings you here today?
We just love gaming.
I'm here for the cosplay competition, and I love gaming.
What do you like about esports?
I suppose it's seeing how people play the game professionally and how the really good players do it.
And you can watch them and what they're doing and improve your own video gaming.
What attracted you to this event in particular?
The fact that it's girl gamers bringing girls into the whole gaming community.
How far have you traveled to be here today?
Very far. It took us 6 hours on the train.
6 hours?
Oh, 7, wasn't it? Yeah, 7 hours.
Would you encourage other young people to come to an event like this? Are you having fun?
Yeah, I'm having fun, and I would.
What do you think is good about it?
Oh, the gaming.
What would you say to a younger generation of girls who might be looking to get into esports?
Find some players that you really connect with online, start getting involved in a game that you really love, make teams, and come to LAN events. I think it's a very simple process, and we're going to try and put on more events to facilitate that.
Alrighty, Rad, well, we have a ton of video game questions as per usual, so let's get cracking like some freshly cracked pepper on a cheese toastie.
Oh, delicious. First up, we have a question from Amira in Berkeley, New South Wales. Hi, GGSP. In Crash Bandicoot Warped, how do you get the secret world? Also, thanks for making your show enjoyable to watch.
Aw, thanks, Amira. In answer to your question about how to get the secret world in Crash Bandicoot Warped, which is a part of the Insane Trilogy Remastered 2, well, we should probably give a spoiler alert here for those who like their secret worlds truly secret.
Okay, so there are actually 2 secret worlds that I know of in Crash Bandicoot Warped, Aegipus Rex and Hot Cocoa. To find them, you'll have to find their secret exits in other levels.
The secret exit to Aegipus Rex is in the Dynamite level, but first, you'll need to make sure you have the yellow gem so you can use the yellow gem path. Then, once you're in Dynamite and get to the part of the stage where the dinosaur chases you, keep an eye out for the second pterodactyl, the one on the left-hand side of the screen, and be quick enough to grab it.
For Hot Cocoa, the secret exit is in the Road Crash level. Here, you'll need to keep an eye out for a UFO road sign on the left-hand side of the road, which you need to run into before you're transported to the level.
I love Coco. She's one of my all-time favourite Crash characters.
Oh, nice.
Now, let's have a video, and this one is from Zachary.
Hi, GGSP. I got some questions for you. When will obsidian armor and weapons in Minecraft be out? And what are the best Roblox adventure games? Out.
Thanks, Zachary. To your first question about when obsidian armor and weapons might be out in Minecraft, well, I have seen some mods out there that feature obsidian armor and weapons. So if you have Java Edition, you might like to check those out. But I don't know if the Minecraft devs plan to include these officially in the game.
Did you know that while obsidian is one of the most difficult blocks to destroy in Minecraft, actual real-life obsidian is quite brittle, so prone to breakage?
But why didn't you know that?
I've been chained to Darren.
Oh, he does like obsidian. Now on to the best Roblox adventure games. To be honest, I don't find myself spending a lot of time playing Roblox, but from what I have played, I quite enjoyed Robot 64, which is a platformer adventure style game heavily inspired by Super Mario 64. Fans of adventure games might like a bit of Fantastic Frontier, or perhaps Heroes of Robloxia if you also like superheroes.
Moving right along now, and we have a few quizzes from Jeremy, the DBZ fan. Hi GGSP, I have 3 questions for you. 1, what do you think about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? 2, who's your favourite Dragon Ball Z character? 3, will there be a Minecraft 2? P.S. Darren, do these.
Better get your obsidian teacher Darren on the line.
Greetings!
Hey Darren, there's just some sounds for you to do.
Equalizer, unimpressed, slightly happy, salt.
Rad, do these. Jeremy, the DBZ fan, out. Thanks, Darren, and thanks, Jeremy. Now to our thoughts about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. This is the upcoming action RPG which will focus on the story of Goku. Developed by CyberConnect 2, who also worked on some of the Naruto games, Kakarot will include character leveling, an explorable world, NPCs, and side quests. But it won't be saying goodbye to its fighting game-style combat system completely.
Thanks, Darren. I think we have it from here, though. Bye.
Bye!
Right, well, you're more of a Dragon Ball Z fan than me, Rad. What do you think about this upcoming game?
Well, while I grew up watching the Dragon Ball show, the only Dragon Ball Z game I really loved playing was Dragon Ball FighterZ. So, to be honest, my expectations for this new game aren't super high.
Well, the proof is in the pudding, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is. So we'll just have to wait and see when it comes out. And eat pudding, I guess. As for my favorite Dragon Ball Z character, well, I personally used to be rather fond of Piccolo. But Vegeta is also pretty cool. Then there's Majin Buu, who's pretty funny but also kind of scary.
From my limited knowledge of Dragon Ball, I do kind of like Bulma and Vegeta. Now to the question of whether there'll be a Minecraft 2. Well, while there's bound to be more Minecraft spin-offs and things, like Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft Earth, I don't really see the devs making numbered sequels for Minecraft.
Yeah, I agree. Minecraft has always been more of a constantly evolving type of game. I think the developers will probably just keep adding new updates and features and things. That is, until technology gets to a stage that they want to use a new engine and build it from the floor up. No pun intended. I'm kidding, my puns are always intended.
Right, well, on that note, I believe we are out of time. If you have a question for us, go here and send it in.
Oh, and keep those videos coming. If we pick yours for the show, you'll nab some cool GGSP swag.
You know what you said before about your puns always being intended? Well, my puns are Nintendo'd. Nintendo'd.
What?
I said it, I don't even know what it means. I tried.
Darren, you've really outdone yourself with these ones.
It's Mumbot's special recipe.
Real toasties?
Oh, thanks, Darren.
Now we're out of time, but next week on the show, we pull no punches in a review of the fighting game for everyone, Fantasy Strike.
Ooh, tasty, right?
If you want to watch some more GGSP right this second, then head online where you can find our review of Growtopia.
Until next time, be nice, have fun, and keep gaming. Rad out.
Gem out.
Will out.
Darren out. It's cheese, honey, and spice melange.